Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a regular term meeting of B County Commissioners Court. Today is Monday, June 8th, 2026. The time is 9:00 something. Someone, thank you. 9:04 a.m. We're physically located at the B County Courthouse, Commissioners Courtroom, number 110, 105 West Corpus Christi Street, Beeville, Texas 78102. That was agenda item number 1, the call to order. Would everybody please stand and join Father Green in a brief prayer?
Almighty God, you have given us this good land for our heritage. We humbly beseech you that we may always prove ourselves a people mindful of your favor and glad to do your will. Bless our land with honorable industry, sound learning, and pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion, from pride, arrogance, and from every evil way. Defend our liberties and fashion into one united people the multitude brought here out of many people and tongues. And do with the spirit of wisdom those to whom in your name we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home, and that through obedience to your law we may show forth your praise among the nations of the earth. We glorify you and praise your holy name for the rains that we have received. We pray in your wisdom to send us more. Rain enough to recharge our aquifers, to fill our reservoir, and to break our drought. Be present in the work of this county, and grant to your commissioners wisdom, so that the gifts we have received may go forth to bless this land. We pray this in your holy name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the Texas Pledge.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Had a little bumble there, but I powered through.
You got through it.
I made a call and it worked out. Thank you again for that prayer, Reverend Green. We're at agenda item number 4, recognition of visitors. This is not public comment. Public comment comes a little bit later in the agenda, but this is for anybody that may want to identify themselves for our record. If anyone in the audience is so inclined, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. You can identify who you are. If you're here on behalf of a company, you can identify the company as well. But that's it. No other comments. If nobody wants to identify themselves, and I will ask y'all in a second, please welcome and thank y'all for being here. And we're glad you came. Is there anybody who wants to identify themselves for the record at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on. Agenda item number 5, Commissioners Court opening remarks. Commissioner Linney, I'll let you start, sir.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Glad to be back on the court. Had a little setback, surgery, and still recovering, but able to finally be here. So, the last couple of weeks, because of that, I haven't done a whole lot. I want to congratulate Judge Bauer. Judge Bauer number 2, as I was told by Mrs. Bauer that she will always be Judge Bauer number 1. So, and I want to congratulate him on the appointment of the district judge position. And other than that, made rounds out in the precinct after the heavy rains just to check things out. So that was really about it. Just still in the recovery phase. So with that, I'll pass to my left.
Thank you, Commissioner. We're glad you're back. Glad you're doing well.
Thank you.
I have several little things we're going to talk about. We're going to bounce around a little bit. But first, I want to thank Road and Bridge. We constantly thank them for what they do. We had because of all the rain, we had some high grass and weeds around the bus stop in Mineral. They have taken care of that. We were concerned about insects and snakes and one thing or another. So thank you all for getting that done. They got on that right away, so we appreciate that. Speaking of Mineral, we had a meeting in Mineral Saturday. And several things came up. They're concerned about the screwworms, and then something else came up about kissing bugs. I'm going to talk about both those this morning. We're going to talk about the screwworms first. Those of you that have been keeping up with this, they are now within 100 miles of B County. Not to be alarmed, just be aware. The question I asked, and I called the Extension Service this last week, I said, I know what we did whenever we had screwworms back in the 60s. We had a stinking black medicine that we doctored them with, and it stained everything. Well, they don't use that anymore. They have aerosols now. This one is made by DURVET, screwworm aerosol. And basically, you have the wound, you spray it, it kills the worms, and it sterilizes the wound. Of course, this is an after-the-fact insecticide that you use to kill the worms. There are several products out there. This was at Tractor Supply, $12.99 at Tractor Supply. I'm not advertising Tractor Supply, but that's where they had it. They had 2 or 3 different brands. They also have it online. Amazon has something online, except there's none there. You can go to Walmart.com and get these same things, but they're $20 for the same exact one. So it is available. Most ranchers, now remember, this not only affects cattle, it affects horses, goats, sheep, chickens, any warm-blooded animal. Most ranchers that I know don't anticipate having screwworms, but they're going to go get a can of this and put in their truck in case they do, so they don't have to say, man, I got to go to town and figure out what I'm going to do. So keep in mind, this stuff is already available. It's out there. There's another one that's available. It's called, hang on here, DECTOMAX, Dectomax. It's a liquid that's injectable. It will actually kill the screwworms in the animal and keep them away for about 15 or 20 days. But it is an injectable. You have to inject the animal with it. Dectomax is the name of it. Brooke Rollins, the secretary in Washington, was on Fox News yesterday talking about the screwworms. They are releasing millions of flies in South Texas as we speak to try to stop the spread. The screwworms that are here, Uvalde County has 2 cases. No, Uvalde has 1 case. Zavala County has 2 cases. The Zavala County, the capital is Crystal City. They're near La Pryor. They had 1 case, and then a few days later, 5 miles later, another case popped up. Now, what is happening, whenever this happens, that whole area is quarantined. They literally will not let you move cattle out of that area. And before you can, they have to be inspected. They have to be certified. The pictures I saw on TV last night, they put numbers on the side of cattle, 22, 45, or whatever, that they've been inspected. The problem that they're having now, they don't have enough employees. And this thing could get out of hand real quick. Like I say, what are the protocols? Let's say that Commissioner Farias finds screwworms in a calf, and basically they've been in calves. They like to put the eggs on the umbilical cord on a young calf. That's where it usually starts. Let's say he finds screwworms on his ranch here in B County. What does he do? Who do I call? To my knowledge, call emergency management, call extension service. They know exactly who to get a hold of, because it puts a lot of stuff in motion real quick. And they come, they quarantine. And you know, we talked about the quarantine. If screwworms are found in Beeville, Texas, the quarantine would extend to Pettis, Skidmore, in a big circle. So if it happens, the quarantine is going to be interesting. I remember back in the 60s when we had the screwworms, I don't remember a quarantine like that. I don't remember. We moved cattle here, there, and everywhere. We took them to the sale. We did this, we did that, and we doctored the screwworms. I'm sure that things have changed a lot. They're wanting to contain these. We talked earlier, several meetings ago, about how the dry weather had helped us keep the screwworms away, because the insects don't like dry weather. Well, guess what? We've got all this humid weather now that really encourages flies and mosquitoes and everything else. They like it. So, any questions from the court about this screwworm situation?
Would you say call judge?
No, I did not. I did not. I think call emergency management or call the extension service to Landon. They know the protocols. If they don't, they'll find out real quick. He's trying to throw you under the bus.
I'm about to get out his cell phone.
I'm telling you.
Call me at this number.
Anyway,
Day or night.
hopefully they won't
Before 6.
show up in B County, but if they do, I recommend you be ready. Now, what I told the people in Mineral, some advice. Let's say you've got an old cow, an old horse, an old goat that you've been thinking about getting rid of. Get rid of them now. Take them on in the sale. There's nothing in the county now. There's no restrictions. If I had an old cow or an old horse I was wanting to get rid of and I'm thinking about it, maybe you named him Fred or whatever, but go ahead and take Fred in, because it's going to change once those screwworms get real close to us.
Dogs need to eat too.
Yes, they do. Now, what else we're going to talk about are kissing bugs. Now, what is a kissing bug? Basically, that's what a kissing bug is. You've all seen them, but you didn't know what they were. When I was growing up, my grandmother Mineral, she called them bloodsuckers. In the old days, a house was built without air conditioning. They had a sleeping porch on the south side. It was screened in. Okay, on her sleeping porch, these rascals inhabited the beds. And they would bite you and leave a big old whelp on you. Well, we never thought much about it. Well, it turns out these kissing bugs, they can get about the size of your thumbnail. They're a little bigger. They're flat, and when they have a blood meal, they get engorged. When you step on them, it's bloody. They are extremely dangerous to dogs. If your dog, and I think Commissioner Lenny has a testimony, he wants to talk about a dog that he lost. The people in Mineral talked about dogs that they had lost to these things. There's a parasite that lives in their feces. Not all of them, but some of them. If it gets in your bloodstream, and how does a human get in your bloodstream? Okay, not through the bite, but through the feces. And what happens, let's say you get bitten and you scratch it, well, you've opened that wound up and that parasite gets in there. It can affect your heart, and it may be 10 or 15 or 20 years before it happens. This pamphlet was put out by the South Texas Property Rights Association. It talks about everything you need to know about these kissing bugs and Chagas disease. Chagas disease is what it's called. It really doesn't affect people in South Texas much unless they've come here from South America, the Darien Gap, one thing or another. They've been bitten down there, and they have this disease. So if you see these bugs, kill them. Don't hesitate. And don't kill them and get the stuff on you, because it may have the parasite in it. So stomp on them, get rid of it. I was at the ranch a few days ago. I'm sitting on the porch. My dog is laying over here asleep, and I'm sitting in a rocking chair just looking out at the cows. Well, I look over. These bugs are real crafty. They move real slow. And I'm watching one of them moving toward my dog, toward his feet. Well, I step on it. Well, I get up and step on it. I go back and look. There's 3 of them on my chair coming up after me. I think they sense carbon dioxide that we put out as a human, and they come to it. And you look around, they're coming up under the porch over here, they're coming up over here. They're here. You may or may not have seen them before, but watch out for them and kill them immediately. They are extremely deadly with dogs. Do you want to say something about what happened to your dog, sir?
Yeah, Commissioner Dewitt's right. I had a 6-month-old German Shepherd, and didn't know what was going on. Stomach was bloating, and like, that's really weird. Took him to the vet, and that's what they said, that he had been bit by one of those kissing bugs. And basically what they can do is, if you want to keep the dog, you bring the dog back regularly, and they drain the stomach, and that's not good, so end up having to put the dog down. So they're very, very dangerous.
And once you leave here, look for them, because this humidity and this stuff, and they fly. They don't just walk, they fly from here to there. So watch for them, kill them, protect your animals, bring your animals in. A lot of people leave them out all the time. I understand, and some dogs are outside dogs and outside cats. But they rely on us to protect them.
They say it also happens if the dog eats the bug. Some dogs will eat bugs, and the same thing can happen that way as well.
It's that the parasite is inside the bug on some of them, and yes, it'll get into their body. And like I say, on a human, it may take years before it manifests itself as heart disease and others. There's several diseases that these guys can cause. So that's our public service announcement for today. So thank you very much. Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Commissioner. Commissioner, how are you going to follow that?
Well, that's
Appreciate
pretty
it.
hard to do there. Good morning, everyone. We had our first salary committee meeting this past week, and we thank you, the chief and sheriff, for hosting it over at the sheriff's office. And that's our beginning one. We have several more to go before we start trying to line that up. It's always a pretty tough job to get that done on the salaries. And then Road and Bridge has already began their expansion on Fenner Street and trimmed the trees. I saw the 811 markers. Thank you, Jonathan, for the school buses to come and go as the new school gets ready to open up. So that's one of the requests that we had from BISD. The pump for the new reserve storage tank over at the sheriff's office has arrived. I believe we have a meeting with the plumber and electrician tomorrow to get it hooked up, and that's a backup water system, so we don't have to transport or move any prisoners in case of we have some happen with the water or don't have any water at all here in Beeville. So that's one of the proactive moves that we made here for us, from B County. There's no update from the historical restoration grant other than it's there and it will be awarded in mid-July. I know it's going to be in Amarillo? No, not Amarillo. Abilene. Abilene. They're going to host the awards up there for all the counties that applied for this grant. So we're in line for that, for the first phase. So we're looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here in the next couple of months. Had a meeting with the Texas County and District Retirement System this past week. Our retirement system for the county is looking extremely well. They're at 56 billion strong, 100% funded. They're doing really well, so your dollars are multiplying there in your retirement system. Also had a meeting with the Bee Development Authority, and there's also an item on the agenda today. We have Michael Blair in the audience. He's going to be presenting something here, so he'll bring that up. The food trucks out there at the Bee Development Authority, the ribbon cutting was on this past Friday, was very well attended. I didn't expect that many people out there, but there was quite a few people out there. And then we were blessed with some good rain, and along with the rain comes the leaks in all the buildings. So we have quite a few leaks in quite a few of our buildings here.
Let's go back to Commissioner DeWitt's discussion about this.
I'm not going to depress you. Well, then I'm going to end it with that then. We had a lot of leaks, and then, no, Johnny Zaguirre has been really working hard on it. We were on the phone this morning trying to get some bids on the Justice Building. It's got quite a few up there, so we're trying to get that attended on. And with that, I'll pass to you, Judge.
Wait, the Justice Building. Thank you, Commissioner. And kudos to, just like Road and Bridge, another department that's a workhorse in the county is our maintenance department. They answer to literally everybody in the county. It's not a job I would wish on anybody that I like. But I do like John. He had the job before I showed up, and he does a great job. He and his crew do a great job with, everything's always an immediate need. It's always an emergency. Oftentimes it really is, and he makes it work. So thank you, John, to you and your staff for all that you guys do as well. Moving on to agenda item number 6. Oh, and go Spurs, go. Moving on to agenda item number 6, public comment. Are there any members of the public who wish to address Commissioners Court? Now's the time. Okay, that was good. I mean, it's not bad. It's not good. It's just, I should have said, okay, moving on. Agenda item number 7. The following items are of an administrative nature. Commissioners Court has been furnished documentation on each item, and all such items may be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a commissioner or county judge.
Move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Hold on.
I have a correction.
Further discussion? Yes, ma'am. Look at you just jumping right in here. Uh-huh.
For the road and bridge, we need to change that line item. This is 2610-350.
That's one where we set up the $50,000.
Yes.
You change it to what?
We're changing the line item to 2610-350.
That basically, I think, is the Fenner Street improvements. Yeah, that's what it is.
351?
We're doing 350. I do not have much of
Okay, so account
350.
350 instead of 351.
Correct.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Any interest in amending your motion?
I amend my motion to make those corrections, Judge.
I have an amended motion,
Amended second.
and I have an amended second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Discuss and consider action on the following items. Agenda item number 8, approve rural ambulance service grant program agreement between B County and the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. This has been sitting in my inbox. I think the initial award came through either on the day of our last Commissioners Court meeting or the day after. For those in the audience who have been eagerly waiting the court making a decision on whether to sign this or not, thank you for your patience. It's always been on our radar. We've always known about it, but I did not want to call a special called meeting just for the sole purpose of approving it. So, subject to court approval, that will get executed this morning. Is there anybody else who, I got a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second.
Comment?
Yes, sir.
I see the number $350,000.
Yes, sir.
That is a grant to B County. That is wonderful.
It is, it's going to be great. It's great, of course, for our partner with,
Angel Care.
thank you, Angel Care. Sorry, Gabriel. It happens. It's not you, it's me, I promise you. It's early onset Alzheimer's. I have a motion and a second.
And it's also my understanding this is for equipment like a ambulance.
Like a
and-
new ambulance,
Like a
yeah.
new ambulance. and-
Our equipment.
And accessories and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah, we
this-
sat through that webinar at Gabriel's office there. The timeline's on now. I mean, you have to put the pedal to the metal now to get it done before the end of the calendar year.
That's no problem.
Allocate it.
It's easy to spend money.
And then they can apply for it. We can, again.
Apply for it again.
Again.
It's great. You know, these ambulances are so incredibly expensive. Yeah.
This is awesome.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 9, approve expo request for arena, auditorium, and pavilion fee waivers from Fort Kingman Entertainment for the annual Conjunto Fest on September 4th and 5th, 2026.
This is a repeat? again?
This is the third, isn't this the third year?
It is,
Do we need a motion and a second before we can discuss, Judge?
yeah, if we want to go ahead and do that, that would be good.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I've got a motion and a second.
The only concern I have, do we have anybody here representing them this time? I know that the first time they came, they said they didn't have much money, and they really wanted us to do this to help them out. They said kind of the same thing the second time, and we're in the process of looking at this a third time. I don't know whether they made any money or how much they made. We don't have an accounting, Judge.
Well, and the other thing was, the first time they came in, I told them, we'll approve it this time, but you need to create a 501c3.
That is correct.
So if the county starts looking at the Expo Center and considering anybody who has an interest in having an event at the Expo Center and granting them free use of the Expo Center, the Expo will not generate any income, because every single person that comes to us and wants to hold an event out there doesn't have an endless source of funds to put the event on. And many of these events benefit in general, because it's an activity, the community at large. So our contract actually requires that entities that receive
Discount.
the
Yes.
discount or the free use of the expo upon their application, there's a requirement that they are actually a nonprofit entity, not just a group of well-intentioned community members. So we do have a motion and a second. Maybe if we recall those.
But I would like to recall my motion, sir.
Was it your motion or
Or was
his?
it- I'm
It was
sorry.
my motion,
I'm
you
sorry.
seconded. But also, didn't we have a heads and beds report last time? Didn't we get a little more detail of
I think so, the first time
first time?
to the second.
To the second time or whatever?
But we've got time. It's September 4th and 5th. It'll remain on the books. It's still reserved, but if they
Right.
can come back and tell us, and show us
Do we table it?
what they've got,
Or
that's,
just-
well, we still have a pending motion unless you want to recall that.
I'll recall my motion.
I'll recall my second, sir.
Okay,
They
so-
can come before the court.
Yeah, then I would table it for the next agenda.
I move
if
to
it
table
were
it.
me. I've got a motion to table
Second.
until,
Go
and
ahead.
when's the next agenda? So the motion is to table agenda
22nd.
item number 9 until June 22nd, 2026, and I heard a couple seconds, I believe.
Right. We've had a motion here in a second there.
I love what they do. I think it's great. I think it's a great event.
that way
I
they
wanna
can bring
support
up-
them. It's nothing negative to them or to the Conjunto Fest. It's just,
More detail.
we have rules for a reason. And it's very easy to read a contract that we give you that you have to sign. And it's very easy to go back and look at what we've done and said before regarding this, and Wally can guide individuals who are interested in the expo as well. So this isn't a surprise, this isn't a big deal, we just need to make sure they have their ducks in order, because we need to be mindful of the fact that there are just as many deserving families who want to hold a quinceañera for their daughter, or a family reunion, or a big birthday party at the expo, as there are a group of individuals that want to hold an event for the community. All of those things are positive impacts. That's the reason why we have the expo. So we have to have some sort of metrics to determine when do we give it out for free. And so we just need to make sure that we've ticked all those boxes, and maybe we have.
Well, and they can bring us a copy of their 501(c)(3).
Yeah, so we'll get to the bottom of it. We'll bring it back on June 22nd, if that's the will of the court. Is there any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion is tabled until June 22nd agenda. Moving on, agenda item number 10, approve supplemental agreement to master multiple use agreement between the State of Texas Department of Transportation and B County for no engine brake highway signs.
Judge, this is my item. We've been working on this for several months. We've gotten it to the bottom line, if you will. And what the state has done, instead of starting all over, they're just putting a supplemental contract to do this. And I think what we need to do is approve this and let Jonathan and Ray Road and Bridge get with the local people to GPS in the signs, one thing and another. I think this will need to go to Nick Novosad in Kennedy. He's the local engineer, so Judge, I will make a recommendation that we approve this.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I have a second with a comment.
I have a second. Further discussion?
Commissioner, are we
Farias?
using this form that you have on?
Yes, sir. That's the form they sent us.
Okay, because it's got County of Travis.
I saw that, and I'm not sure whether that's their requirement because they're headquartered out of Travis, but I did see that also. That needs to be clarified with Mr. Novosad, and let's let Road and Bridge put that on them to get all this exactly the way it should be.
That's the only question I have.
It's my understanding, too, we'll need to buy the signs, but they will be affixed to their post, so there will be some cost involved. And the motion also includes that cost.
Do they
because-
set the posts? Because they've got their
No,
own
the
guidelines.
posts are all existing.
Okay.
And we just put them on their post. This is for the intersection of 623 and 673 in Mineral, and also 202 out here on 181 is where these are going to be going.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Agenda item number 11, approve and discuss B Development Authority's resolution expressing the authority's support for the creation of a tax increment reinvestment zone TIRZ around the Chasefield Industrial Airport Complex. We have Michael Blair, the executive, what's your title, Executive Director?
Yes,
Guy that they, tell them to tell to do stuff.
We'll call it the Executive Director.
Title, I like it.
We're genteel here, of
Very
the
formal.
B Development Authority. Mr. Blair, you have the floor. Thank you for being here, sir.
Yes, Judge, Court, Commissioners, thank you so much for having me this morning. I appreciate this being on the agenda. Last month at the meeting of the B Development Authority, our Board of Directors, which is made up of 11 members of the community, including 4 from this that are appointed by the county, passed a resolution calling upon the court to create what is known as a tax increment reinvestment zone around Chase Field, TIRZ for short. You all received a copy of that resolution. You all received a letter from me. I don't want to necessarily take up any time unnecessarily by reading out that for you. I think the resolution speaks for itself, but the bottom line is that a TIRZ is an incredibly powerful economic development tool in the state of Texas. And I think from the BDA and the airport's perspective, as we try to build on the momentum of recently being named to the state airport system, it would be very helpful. We know that the airport needs a lot of work, just being frank. It's been 30-plus years since the Navy left. Many of the items out there, including the runway, are the pavement is not in very good shape. And quite frankly, I think as the airport has an opportunity to grow, it would be very helpful to have the county as a partner in funding the projects that can go on out there. And so I guess our board has passed unanimously a resolution calling upon the Commissioners Court to task staff here at the county with any necessary work to prepare, and then ultimately would request a public hearing to create this TERS. I think that's it, but I'm here if anybody has any questions.
I'd open it up for discussion. Do we have any questions?
Can we do
Well-
discussion without the motion?
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it that way on this one, just because
Judge,
I'm not sure what motion we.
The one
we
thing
wanted
that
to introduce.
I would like to impart to the public, this is a form of tax abatement by a different name. Basically, what it amounts to, let's say that there's a TERS on this piece of property right here. Anything built on that property, if there's a TERS, that income that normally would have come to B County's coffers stays there for infrastructure improvements. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's a split stream. So what existed at the moment of creation of the TERS, that tax base stays.
Right.
But from the date of the TERS on, any appreciation in taxable value, the tax revenue that's generated from that increase goes to that particular
That is correct.
TERS.
Judge, Commissioner, it's an important point. I would also point out that this does not create any new taxes for anyone. This is
Very
simply
good,
just
yes.
saying as the
Yes.
as the area, right, call it the Chase Field grows, right, from a development perspective, our request is that any taxable value that is established over today's baseline be essentially dedicated towards continuing to invest in the airport and the airfield.
Because we need to remember, of course, that the land out there is already not taxed. It's non-taxable.
It's worth, yes, that's an important distinction. Because the BDA is a political subdivision of the state of Texas, if we own the land, it is off of the tax rolls. But that's not to say that, for example, the Hugheses have a hangar out there, the Hughes family. My understanding is that is the Hughes' hangar. It is on the tax rolls because is physically their building. They have a ground lease with BDA. That building and any personal property within is on the tax rolls.
Right.
Many of the hangars that are owned by the BDA, when we have tenants that are inside of those buildings, that personal property is on the tax rolls, and so all of those stream today generally to the county's general revenue. Obviously, with the creation of TERS, what we're asking for is that anything that the BDA is able to generate over and above today's baseline, that would basically be put in a dedicated pot towards long-term infrastructure. And I think, to me, that's a really attractive tool when we talk about trying to recruit additional development and additional developers to the area.
Judge, we would have to create a
Board of Directors.
board, not only a board, but a reinvestment zone. If it's gonna be a 1 mile perimeter
Well-
around, outside of that, or a
We'll talk about that.
Something that we need to be aware of too, this is not as easy as it sounds, but it is as easy as it sounds, except that the comptroller is involved, and there's several steps that have to be followed, and they have to be done legally and properly. And I don't think any of us are competent enough and schooled enough to do that, and we have an outside counsel we normally get through Texas Association of Counties that I feel can guide us in that to be sure we're doing it properly. So when we get to the point of having a public hearing, we know our ducks are in the proper row.
Yeah. It's
So-
going to take a lot. It's going to take a good bit of work.
It's going to take a lot of work, and like Commissioner Fadis was saying, there's going to be from what I understand, there's going to be a board of directors. If a company comes in and says, I'm going to do this, they will make sure they do this, and it's for a set period of time. So that's where I'm going with this, Judge, is we need to look at outside counsel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great idea. It will take a great deal of effort on the part of individuals other than us four, but I'm sure that they can get it done with no problems.
No doubt.
Looking at certain people.
I'm looking at them back there in the back,
audience. But I think it's great. And I'm not sure, I guess, not sure what action we need to take at this time unless you want to authorize my office to begin the process of, it's so precatory, begin the process of determining the next step to achieve a TERS in a timely fashion.
I would recommend we accept their resolution and allow you to begin the process to set up whatever legal process we need to set up a TERS, including outside counsel.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Further discussion? Mr. Blair, anything that you want to add?
No, Judge, you all have been very generous with your time. Thank you for your consideration, and we really appreciate our partnership with the county.
Likewise. Thank you, Mr. Blair. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you again, Mr. Blair. Agenda item number 12, approve elections administrator's request to use the county credit card to pay hotel expense for the Secretary of State 44th Legislative Conference in Round Rock, Texas. Now, is this at the Great Wolf Resort?
Kalahari.
The Kalahari.
Yes, but I'm not staying there, the rooms are too expensive.
That's what I love to hear. You're seeing one of the little motels across the street, right? It's a great restaurant there. What's the barbecue restaurant across the street from Kalahari?
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake. Oof. Drink a lot of water if you go there. I'm telling you what it is. But it's good. From our auditor's office, we've got all the information we need on this? Perfect. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Have fun, not too much fun. Have fun learning in every class. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes without exception.
We're in trouble now.
As we wind down the last 206 days
No motion?
while I'm here.
No,
No, I'm working on it. Yeah, no, we're fine. He'll show up. I'll cover until then. I'm going to try to make the agenda longer because I'm really going to miss this when I'm done. No, I'm just kidding.
You can
I'll
come
try
back
to
during
keep them
public
as short as
comment.
possible. Don't invite me. I may be here every Tuesday to give y'all a piece of my mind.
Tuesday, yeah.
We have, every Tuesday,
Yeah.
every other Tuesday, thanks. All right, we have no executive session items. I'm going to try this, we'll see what happens. Agenda item number 13, adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Farias,
Picked up the
broke
slack.
tradition.
Man.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you all for your presence this morning. Hope everybody has a wonderful week.
I know you've seen that.
Those, please.
Governor's proclamation.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I saw him signing it